The NCAA's recent findings reveal a troubling dynamic within Michigan's football program, highlighting a significant rift between head coach Jim Harbaugh and the university's compliance department. This conflict, which simmered beneath the surface during the 2023 season, has now come to light, particularly in the wake of Connor Stalions' controversial sign-stealing activities that have captured headlines. According to a comprehensive 74-page report from the NCAA, there was a clear lack of respect and disdain for the compliance staff, whose primary responsibility is to ensure adherence to the rules governing college athletics. The NCAA's investigation, which included interviews with various individuals associated with the program, painted a picture of a football operation that operated with minimal oversight, leading to severe repercussions for Michigan football, including a decade-long show-cause order for Harbaugh himself. The NCAA's Committee on Infractions noted Harbaugh and his program had a contentious relationship with Michigan's compliance office, leading coaches and staff members to act, at times, with disregard for the rules. Compliance efforts were a one-way street. This statement underscores the friction that existed, suggesting that the compliance office's attempts to enforce regulations were often met with resistance from the football program. Stalions' unauthorized scouting activities, which spanned from 2021 to 2023, resulted in Michigan facing an additional 4 years of probation, hefty fines that could reach tens of millions, and a suspension for head coach Sherrone Moore, along with lengthy show-cause orders for several others involved. Both Stalions and Harbaugh were found to have violated Level 1 rules, with Harbaugh being classified as a repeat offender due to previous infractions related to pandemic-era recruiting violations. During the NCAA's investigation into these scouting practices, it became evident that there was a significant disconnect between the football program and the compliance office. Elizabeth Heinrich, who serves as the Executive Senior Associate Athletic Director and Chief Student Development and Compliance Officer, made efforts to bridge this gap, but her attempts were frequently met with resistance from the football staff. The NCAA report stated, the culture of the football program, however, was more powerful and won the day. The efforts of the chief compliance officer and her staff were not welcomed. Instead, they were rebuked, dismissed, and disregarded by the football program. In discussions with NCAA officials, Michigan's athletic director, Ward Manuel, acknowledged the palpable tension between the football program and the compliance office. Heinrich further elaborated that her authority and that of her staff were often questioned, stating in her interview that she was perceived as a thorn in Harbaugh's side. Adding to the narrative, Chris Partridge, a former coach on Harbaugh's staff who was cleared of any wrongdoing by the NCAA after being dismissed in November 2023, revealed that many within the football program viewed compliance as an obstacle. He recounted a text exchange from a recruiting staff member who bluntly criticized the compliance team, labeling them as shitty at their jobs and actively working against us from the inside, even going so far as to call them the true scum of the earth. The NCAA's report paints a vivid picture of a Michigan football program that has operated outside the bounds of acceptable conduct under Harbaugh's leadership. In a previous statement, former Michigan recruiting director Matt Dudek recounted that Harbaugh encouraged staff to push the limits of recruiting practices, suggesting they should go up to the line and cross it if you have to. Heinrich also noted that educational initiatives regarding compliance were predominantly initiated by her team, stating, "I can't think of a time when we scheduled a meeting at football's request." This lack of proactive engagement from the football program is particularly concerning, especially considering that NCAA officials discovered no educational plan for interns, some of whom were implicated in assisting Stalions in disposing of incriminating evidence, such as his cell phone and computer hard drive. Harbaugh's refusal to provide records or cooperate with the NCAA during the investigation into advanced scouting was cited as a significant factor in the determination of his punishment, which included a designation of a pattern of noncompliance. Following these events, Harbaugh transitioned to the NFL, taking on the role of head coach for the Los Angeles Chargers in January 2024. Sherrone Moore, who succeeded Harbaugh, has also found himself entangled in the NCAA's scrutiny. He faced a one-game suspension in 2023 for recruiting violations and is now set to miss 2 additional games this fall due to his involvement in deleting a thread of 52 text messages with Stalions. Currently, Moore is facing a 2-year show cause penalty and will be sidelined from Michigan's 2026 season opener against Western Michigan. The university has announced plans to appeal the recent ruling. Importantly, Moore, Michigan's current head football coach, explained his views on compliance and the culture of compliance he intends to instill in his program. The NCAA noted. The chief compliance officer at Michigan confirmed that Moore has adopted a new approach compared to his predecessor, a positive development that the panel considered when determining Moore's violations and penalties. As this situation unfolds, it raises critical questions about the culture within college athletics. How can programs ensure compliance while fostering a competitive spirit? What role should compliance officers play in maintaining the integrity of college sports? We invite you to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Do you agree with the NCAA's findings, or do you believe there are deeper issues at play?